Kids are like the best manifestors, and my son recently manifested something, and I wanted to talk about it because I kind of broke it down into like 6 little pieces of how you do this process, which, if you don't know, I teach manifestation to business owners specifically. So my son was recently at a fall festival and they were going to play bingo, and they had the prizes out, and one of the prizes was this huge king size Twix bar, and he was like, that Twix bar is mine. Okay, so what do we do to get this Twix bar? Well, we got to play bingo. Okay, so we get our little bingo sheets. We're playing. Somebody else wins. We're playing again. Somebody else wins. We're playing again. He's like, I really want that Twix bar. And I'm like, we got this in the bag, okay? We are master manifestors. Are you kidding me right now? So we actually get our board to where we actually need one more number. And what is that number? That number is I-16. And we're having a great time, and we are just like loving this. We just know we're gonna win the Twix bar. And so we start quietly, just the two of us, chanting, I-16, I-16. And she pulls a number and she's like, G48. And I'm like, okay, no, it's fine. We got this. I-16. And I'm like, look, see it in your mind. See her like pulling I-16 in your mind. And he goes, okay. Pulls another number. I-16. And he just like busts up out of the table. Bingo! And of course, he got bingo, and he got his giant Twix bar. So how do we learn from this? How do we apply this to your life and what you're manifesting in your life and business? So first of all, this idea of like, I just need to be clear on what I want. I think so many people are just not really, really clear as that Twix bar is mine. Like, what is your version of that, of like being super, super clear? The next thing is, it kind of has 2 parts. So it's really like subconscious and conscious beliefs that have to align together. So for example, if he's like, oh, I want that Twix bar, and then at the same time, also a part of him doesn't feel like that's a real possibility for him. Like, there wasn't any of that in this situation. But in our business, oftentimes it's like, oh, I really want to, go to the next level income, but that's going to be hard. It's going to be more work. Do I really deserve that? Like, all these things that come into play around our beliefs. I like to use hypnosis specifically for this because it quickly rewires and repatterns the brain around, specific beliefs. And then once we kind of have that sort of alignment, and part of that alignment is the next step, which is really picturing and imagining and feeling into the outcome that you want. And so what does it feel like for you to be experiencing that? Like, if you already had said Twix bar, whatever your version of the Twix bar is, more money, more clients, whatever it is, then how would you be feeling? How would you be thinking? And really kind of like allowing that to drive you toward it instead of like make you feel doubtful or in fear or whatever. The next thing is that when we can picture and imagine the outcome and it feels really good, that's going to shift our behavior, and should shift our behavior into what are the things that I need to do? What is the action that I need to take that's going to help this come together for me? And then the last thing is simply receiving that thing, receiving it, and really like, I think sometimes it's hard for people to actually receive things, especially if we go back to the second part about beliefs and all the things that are in the way there. So, but we can get rid of all of that. And if you have ever, listened to Abraham Hicks, for example, it's really just 2 steps: ask and receive. That's it. Everything else in the middle is just kind of like our own stuff in our head. So if you can really make it that simple. And that's why I wanted to share this story, because it really illustrates how simple it is. And a lot of times we make it more difficult to manifest what it is that we want, especially in money, around business stuff, because it means a lot to us. And we feel like there's a lot at stake if we don't get it. So then we can get into our heads about stuff. So anyway, I want to share that story. Kids are so good at manifesting. Watch them, watch how they do it, and then actually apply these things into your life and business.